Good evening, everybody. Starting another live tonight. So, this is day 3 of Dr. Vong's Weight Loss Challenge videos for May. We've got to go live every day. So, for those of you that are just now joining, this is my third. I think the next 2 nights I want to talk about the best parts, the things that I've gotten the most value out of the weight loss challenge, which one of those aspects is meditation. And before last July, I had never really meditated on my own before. I think I had been in some courses, some training sessions, some team building efforts where we did some group meditation, but I don't think I'd ever tried it like just to meditate by myself. And so there's a lot of misconceptions I think that I had about meditation and perhaps that others have about meditation. And so I thought I would share a little bit about what it's the process itself, but also what it's meant to me and how it's kind of helped me grow. The first thing about meditation is that it's not a complicated thing. It's not something where you've really got to have some formal training and you've got to do it a certain way and you've got to have a certain mindset. Some of those things can help, but it's not the driving force of meditation. The first thing I discovered about meditation is that within some certain parameters, there's really no wrong way to do it. The idea of meditation isn't, as some people would think, to turn off your mind. That's one concept I think I had going in was it was just to eliminate thought and get rid of it. And really, the idea of meditation is not so much to stop your mind. It's not, I mean, you can't stop your mind any more than you can stop your heart or stop breathing. It's, your mind is going to work. I think the concept that I've gotten the most value out of is the idea that it's observing the thought and what most people I think refer to as mindfulness. And the interesting thing is that mindfulness then, once you become accustomed to it and familiar with it, it transports through the rest of the day. So you're more mindful about everything, not just while you're meditating. And it's helped me with focus. It's helped me with clarity. You by observing thought, you get rid of what a lot of people call monkey brain. And monkey brain is that it's something that I think we all have, and sometimes we don't realize it. That tediousness, the chaos of our daily lives, the jumping from one thing to another, not being able to focus. We go from, being on Facebook to watching TV to washing the dishes, and we're just going from one thing to the next without any real, we're never really there. And, so it's the idea of being here and being in this moment and appreciating this moment for what it is. So meditation can help with that. And so the first concept is that concept of the observer. And so, we have our physical bodies, and then we have those thought processes going on. And, we may, in a 1 minute period, we may jump to 10 different things. But then there's that ability to come back and just know that thought is occurring. The awareness of the thought and seeing where did it start, where does it end, and just being aware that you are not that thought. And sometimes I think that is, that's what leads us to some really crazy actions and preconceptions about things, is the fact that it is just a thought. We are not our thoughts. And if you step back and you observe it, you realize that it is just a thought, and that gives you the ability to let go. And as Dr. B would say, what the F does this have to do with my weight loss journey? and that's it. It's like I really want some ice cream right now. Okay, I'm aware of that. Let's just deal with the thought of, I want ice cream right now. And you can just see, okay, it's a thought, it's not me, and I can watch it and perhaps I can let it go. And just being acknowledging that thought. And again, back to that concept of monkey brain. If you think of the concept of a monkey, monkeys going crazy, they can be happy, they can be mad, they can be destructive. You can see that in your thoughts. You can see how the emotion gets tied into the thoughts and it kind of feeds on itself. And just being able to step back and observe it for what it is helps you to kind of calm down and then be there. And sometimes you can meditate sitting down, you can meditate laying down, you can meditate while you're doing the dishes. Just being there in that moment doing the dishes, or be there in that moment when you're washing your car, be there in that moment when you're folding clothes. Just be doing it. One of the most common focuses for meditation is the breath. So just finding a nice quiet place to sit down. And that's the other thing. It doesn't have to be quiet. You can do this on a busy street. You could be sitting at a bus stop. You could be wherever. But just being able to tune out everything else and focus on the breath. And sometimes it's just the breath itself. Sometimes it's focusing on breathing in, I'm breathing out. Sometimes it's focusing on the relaxation of your body, being able to feel the tension throughout your body, relaxing your face, relaxing your chest, relaxing your arms, and just going through a very methodical, top to bottom, bottom to top relaxation exercise. And when you do this on a regular basis, when it becomes a routine, then you're able to be a little bit more in touch, more mindful when your thoughts start running away. And then during the day, as you're, getting stressed out, you can just take a moment and just, okay, I'm just going to take 3 deep breaths. That's I think a lot of the cases where people count to 10, where they say just take 3 deep breaths. That's a form of meditation, actually. And so if you can do this for 30 minutes, picture being able to not just take 3 deep breaths, but just finding that quiet, peaceful moment where you can take 30 minutes, clear your mind, be with your mind, not necessarily clear it, be with your mind and just go with what's happening, what's there for 15 to 30 minutes. It took me a long time. I'm still at the 15-20 minute mark. I'll be honest, I've really had a hard time going to 30 minutes on a consistent basis. But when I can get there, it's really, really engaging. And I've had some really incredible moments with meditation, so that I see things going on in my life, and I have a lot more clarity than I ever have. So it's not helping with my public speaking apparently, but this is my 3rd live. I think I'm going to call it here. And the Margaret and I mentioned yesterday about 10% Happier. That was an app that Margaret shared with me, and a guy named Dan Harris. You may know him. He's a news anchor. He paired up with a lot of people. One of them is a gentleman by the name of Joseph Goldstein, who is a fairly well-known meditation instructor, and they've built the app, and they've been very helpful to me. So there's a lot of exercise. There's more than just those 2 involved with 10% Happier, but the guided meditation, the concept of guided meditation, having someone kind of walk you through a particular theme can be very, very helpful. And for me, it was a good way to start. And, honestly, I got to a point where it was a little bit of a crutch, using that guided meditation every day. But it really did help. There were certain aspects, I could find topics that were like 8 days long, and I would go through those guided meditations. So look into that. I think you can get it for free, but there's also a paid version, and I've chosen to go with the paid version as well. Or maybe it's a trial period. Maybe that was it. That you've got a week long trial or something like that. But anyway, check it out, and I believe Deepak Chopra and a couple of others have similar types of apps, but I really like the 10% Happier. All right, y'all have a great evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I think tomorrow's topic will probably be gratitude journaling. So that's the idea, or maybe my next solo. Margaret and I are talking about doing another one jointly together. So maybe we'll have a topic tomorrow night, but we'll either way you'll see me again tomorrow night one way or the other. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.